Hello, my name is Eric. I'm one of the founders of Empathy School, and today I want to talk about why failure is wonderful and how we achieve that for our children, both at the school and how you can achieve for this at home and with your school. So, failure is wonderful. Why? Because failure allows you to try, to practice, to learn. The reason is because failing really puts you into the position to try, to think about it really deeply, and of course, to learn from your mistakes, because after you fail, you can reflect upon it. But one of the terrible things is that the modern school system we've developed, the industrialized education system, failure is punished. Now, the problem is multifold. First, that system is designed not to teach you in these tests, but to kind of gather what you have learned through the memorization process. And the reason is because memorization is a really terrible teaching tool. So, you know why failure is important. So how do we get to it? First, we have to remove the winning and losing mechanisms out of school. Well, one of the things that I really hate is that when every single person gets a trophy. When every single person gets a trophy in a classroom, you're now conditioning everyone to be very special. People who are special don't try hard. In fact, there's some really strong research on this. So there's this great experiment on this exact topic. It was about telling kids they work hard or they are smart. So when kids were told that they are smart and they were given a puzzle, what they would actually do is not work as long on the puzzle, because you're being told you're smart. So you need to find ways to solve it and be like, hey, look, this is proof that I'm smart, not to keep trying. Because if you keep trying, you may prove that you're not smart. Instead, the other part of the experiment was they say, hey kids, you guys work so hard. Wow, you're really hard workers. Well, these kids, and of course they're all equally smart, they're just a bunch of randomly selected kids. Well, these kids who were told that they worked hard were effectively conditioned. And what they did is they continued to work hard. They continued to work on the puzzles, to solve them, to find different solutions far, far longer than the kids who were told they were smart. So, from this, we can gather that when you tell people they're smart, when you award people constantly, they are afraid of trying harder. They are afraid of failing because they don't want to lose. So let's go to the second part. The second part is the loss mechanism. You have a win mechanism, you have a loss mechanism. The loss mechanism actually could be far more toxic. Because if you get stuck, if you're losing, and you get stuck in this belief that you are a loser, then you actually may not try, you may not push yourself, and the studies are extremely clear on this. In fact, this is one of the saddest things about the culture that we have built, in the education system that we have built. We fail kids in our system, and then we do not help them, and then we tell them they are failures. And then, when they don't succeed, we don't support them. As teachers, we are obligated to support them to fail, to support them to try hard, and then to be there and ask them, how can I help you succeed? What is it you need to learn to succeed the next time? I'm a teacher. It's my duty, it's my obligation to support my kids, to make sure they fail amazingly and learn from it. Because kids who fail spectacularly today are adults who innovate and change the world tomorrow. There is technology that will exist that you can never imagine, and it is in the heart and soul and mind of these kids, and it can only be released if we allow them to follow their dreams and to try and fail wonderfully and keep trying until they do the impossible, or at least something we thought was impossible but they always knew was possible, because we encourage them to fail spectacularly.